Today I'm going to be removing this cover on the Talaria XXx to see if I can reattach the brown wire that I snipped that unlocks this bike. To answer the question, could you theoretically add a switch to this bike that would lock or unlock the bike? Now, I don't know why you'd want to do that necessarily, as I don't think it makes the bike any more or less street legal having that brown wire attached, but there's been enough questions floating around in the Talaria forums to see if this is a possibility. Or once you snip that wire, is it a done deal? Are you always just going to be going hyper speed on this thing? Which I personally don't mind, but I want to find out for you guys because I have one of these things and I thought it would be an interesting experiment. Now, some of you may already know the answer to this question, but for those of you who don't, let's dig into this thing. If you're new to this and haven't unlocked your Talaria XXx yet, all you need is a 3mm Allen key and remove 5 bolts from the bike. I'm going to fish through this mess of wires. Actually, this is where I've connected my Apple AirTag. I just disconnected this connector here and used this cheap AirTag holder that I got off of Temu to secure it in place. But your brown wire is going to be, mine was tucked up here. It took me a minute to find it, but there it is, the infamous brown wire that you snip to unlock the bike. So let's see what I got to reattach this thing. So I was thinking of using these male-female connectors, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I'll have enough room or enough wire to do that. So I'm just going to use this little wire nut. But the first thing you got to do is strip the wires. So I'll expose some of this copper wire. I don't know if my wire strippers actually go that small. Let's see if my Leatherman will do the trick. Dude, this Leatherman Skeletool comes in handy. I'll link it down below. It's a little pricey, but I use it for everything. Okay, so we got the brown wires stripped. So I'm just gonna twist them and then twist on my wire nut. And let's tuck it back up in there. It's really all you gotta do. I'm half tempted to just leave this off. I could disconnect the charge port. I think that'll work. That way I don't have to refasten everything. We'll just tuck that up in now too. It's not like I'm going to be riding through water or anything, at least that I'm aware of. All right, let's see if this bike is super slow now. Just a word of caution, it's probably not smart to ride with this cover off. As you can see, my pant leg could easily get caught in that gear for the belt. Well, it still turns on. So it totally relocks the bike. I'm full throttle on Eco and I'm only going 18 miles an hour. Let's switch it into sport. Yep, 19 miles an hour top speed. I guess that answers that question. Now let's undo it to make sure I'm not stuck in turtle mode here. I mean, I guess I could see why you'd want to add a switch for like maybe a teenager's riding it and you don't want them to go that fast. You'd probably want to hide the switch though, because they'd easily find it. But other than that, I don't think there's any other reason why you'd want to relock this bike and not open up the full potential. Because I believe like without pedals it doesn't make it in compliance. I could be wrong though, just my thoughts. But yeah, that works. I'm going to undo the wire nut and make sure that we can go fast again. Let's use some electrical tape to make sure that they don't touch. And for those of you wondering, yes, my hands shake. They always shake. It's fun condition that I was born with. Don't read too much into it. I'll do something a little bit more permanent. Use like some heat shrink, but this is good enough for now. And the bike should be back unlocked. Still turns on, that's a good sign. Yep. Back up to full speed. I don't have a very long runway, but I think we're good. I gotta test it on a longer street. $51. Haha. We're back in business. I don't know if my expectations were any different than the outcome of reconnecting the brown wires. It's just that I had heard and saw in the forums people asking if it was possible, and other people saying once it's cut, then you've unlocked the bike permanently. But we've proven that not to be true. So I guess if you really wanted to add some sort of switch that put it in locked and unlocked mode, you totally could, whether it's drilling into the side panel and adding some sort of toggle or running a button up to your handlebars. Completely up to you. It's just now you know you can do it. Whether or not that's of value to any of you viewers, I'll leave that up to you. The video was more out of curiosity and entertainment purposes. Now I'm just reattaching the connection to the charge port and getting this panel all buttoned back up. By the way, does anyone know what these connectors are for? I was curious when I first opened this up to snip the brown wire. And because I messed with wiring, let's just double check that everything turns on. Headlights work, horn works, tail light works. And because I disconnected the charger, let's see if the charger turns on. Looks like it's charging. I hope you enjoyed that experiment because I did this for you curious viewers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so because my next video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing this 800-watt scooter. I can't wait for that. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it that thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Would you ever see a need for reattaching the brown wire? And again, while you're down there, hit that subscribe button. Have a great rest of your day.